Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. Señoras y señores, live. It's time!
It is time, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I hope you're enjoying your evening. We are live in the Action Lab, your premier sports entertainment talk show on the internet, and we are here with you on a Wednesday night. The lack of sleep with a newborn infant isn't going to keep me away from hanging out with you guys, but that means we will be doing a shorter show tonight, knowing that I do need to get some sleep, and knowing that Scotty is not going to be joining us tonight. Is it over already? If you blink, you miss it. That's part of the title. That's why I put it in the title of the show. If you blink, you will miss it. But Scotty is not going to be in here tonight. It'll just be Rec holding down the fort for you guys as my co-host. So he is welcome in, Rec. Good to have you here, man.
Guy's trying to find his way to Detroit, I think.
He's on his way to Detroit. He's taken his wife on a hot date to Detroit, the Motor City. So keep an eye out, Chairman. He wants to make it up to you, and he's doing that by having a date night with his wifey, driving out to Michigan. I lie. That's a lie.
My detector test determined that was a lie.
Detroit, I'm sure he'll stop by.
Yeah. No, he texted us earlier on today, and he was like, "Hey, just a heads up. My kids are with Grandma and Grandpa, and the wifey and I have a night without anyone else for an entire evening, all to themselves. So they are taking advantage. I honestly, big ups to Scotty because he doesn't get enough of these." So I know he doesn't prioritize all his date nights as much as he probably should. So he's gonna take that opportunity.
Can't believe him.
Yeah. So here he is. I lie. He was just banned. We just banned him.
Finally.
So anyways, that being said, we have a quick show for you guys tonight. We're not going to be here too long. There wasn't really much going on in the world of sports. As of late, this is kind of the dead part of the summer, especially with World Cup being over. So we're not going to get into too much tonight. This might be a very quick show, but there are some little things that we could touch up on. We want to get some of your thoughts, some of your stories that you guys want to talk about. So make sure you put those in the chat so we can get those discussed here. We're going to probably get into some NFL training camps because those are opening up. We had a big injury in Cincinnati this afternoon with one of their young promising superstars.
Yeah. That looked bad too. I don't know if you saw the slow-mo of it.
Yeah, it was like a hyperextended knee one direction. It was really crazy.
I was worried it was worse, like a tendon tearing off the bone.
It was Shamar Stewart carted off with a leg injury. Bengals Shamar Stewart, who is obviously one of their focal points. First round draft pick in 2025. Battled injuries last season and excuse me. And is now picking up where he left off. He told 1 sack in 8 games last year, but now he's probably not going to add to that total this year based off of how that looked. What's up? Chairman in the house, pants party in the house. How we doing? Do we want to talk about how every training camp injury is due to turf fields, or does the NFL not care? I believe the NFL just doesn't give a shit.
So the reports I've heard around the league is that the owners are waiting until the next CBA to give the players grass fields. They want to use it in negotiations. Like, we'll give you grass fields if you give us this, or if you give up this right.
It's like
They're
negotiating.
waiting until they get something.
It's negotiating. It's like negotiating with children. If you eat your chicken nuggets, you can have a cookie. That's basically what the NFL is doing right now. So they're negotiating with children. Is how that's working out.
I feel like the owners here are the children.
So it's just they're just taking the tactics that they used with their children and applying it to grown adults. It's part of it. So anyway, so there's some injuries happening, but I mean, no one really had any high expectations for the Bengals this year anyway. But it is what it is. So anyways,
I've heard some high stuff like now that they have a couple players on defense, people are talking about like they have a lot of high expectations. Great offense, finally a half decent defense. Only team in the division to keep their head coach, even if he is the worst.
Yeah. Panthers have lost their second round pick and second best defensive end to turf injuries. Love it.
Yeah. Chris Brazzell went down today.
Yeah. So
Tennessee ball.
I just hope, knock on wood, they don't hit my Denver Broncos. Hopefully everyone stays healthy. We can just, try to get through training camp. Just make it through training camp, please. Otherwise,
has Denver started theirs yet?
We have, yeah. I think it was yesterday or either today or yesterday was the first day of training camp for the Denver Broncos, and so they are off and running. I think that was the first day that all vets showed up to camp. So, yeah. So we're the Broncos are off and running. We got all sorts of camp news that is going to be popping up here more and more over the course of the next week and a half. And ramping up as we get closer to the start of the NFL season. We're going to have a ton of NFL coverage, ladies and gentlemen, for all of you guys. We're going to get into fantasy football. We're going to get into like our favorite kind of segments that we usually put together when it comes to, who to draft, who to stay away from. So you guys know how to navigate your fantasy football drafts. I know we still, a little ways out from that, though. Also, we're going to preview some divisions in the NFL. We're going to preview some of the different rankings or review some of the different rankings that we've seen. But we're going to wait for Scotty to do some of that. So when Scotty gets back on Sunday, we will be here to go through and tackle some of those lists that we've been seeing. Top 10 quarterback lists, top NFL power rankings that we've seen come out recently. We have NFL top 100 lists of players and where people are slotted in the top 100. So there's a lot of different things we're going to get into. There's no shortage of content from the NFL side. Also, NBA is also still kind of getting things finalized from free agency. There's a couple more dominoes that need to fall now that LeBron is in Philadelphia. So we're going to get into some of those updates as we get closer to the NBA season. There's going to be some more, details of, what we want to put together from a rankings. And I want to put together a contenders rankings. I usually do that every year, contenders, and put those in tiers. And we'll see where all of the teams that made big moves this offseason rank. So lots of big sports content coming your way in the coming weeks. Let's see, Chairman. They want stadiums that are versatile for other events. If you have Burrow healthy, you have a chance. But is he ever healthy, though, at the start of season? Is he?
He's really not.
Do the Bengals really ever feel like they're going to be completely healthy when it comes time to win games to start a season? I don't think so. That's they're never healthy, man. Let's see. What's Burrow dealing with now? Joe Burrow, outside of getting engaged. No, that was Herbert. Sorry, that was Herbert. Yeah,
Herbert got engaged to Madison Beer.
Congratulations. He finally got a ring. Yep.
True.
Maybe the only ring he'll ever see. Let's see.
Which I'm sure he'll take it.
Let's see. I typed in and Googled Joe Burrow injury, and the AI sent a message that Joe Burrow is currently healthy with no Active
Lie
injuries.
detector test determined that was a lie.
Something will pop up eventually.
It will. That's a lie. There's some sort of injury that he's dealing with right now. Joke was for now. Yeah, totally. So, by the way, I also want to take a moment and we kind of been talking about it. But the Bills are also in the news for various reasons. Mainly
Are the
they're
Bills in football? I thought they got relegated after the Memphis Tigers got called up.
they're in the news mainly because of their uniforms. And yes, they are revealing new uniforms that will be highlighted this season. And they are, I think, what do they call them? Nickel City uniforms.
I've never even heard of Nickel City.
Let's go ahead and let's take a look real quick.
Not that thing.
No, let's go to the Nickel City Bills uniforms. These are the Nickel City uniforms. So I'm looking at some of these. I know I'm not showing the full image here, but so these helmets here, right? Like some of these the helmet just looks weird. I don't understand. It looks, if you look at it at a fast glance, it almost looks like the American Airlines logo. These, I'll just be honest with you. Absolute garbage. I'm sorry.
Yeah, miss.
I'm sorry. Nickel City sounds like a failed strip club. True.
True.
The alternate Nickel City uniforms look awful. They don't look good. And I don't know who approved these. I'm looking at this detail here. What does this say? So we have this. So this.
Why is it spazzing out?
I don't know. I'm trying to zoom in and it's not letting me. Yeah, there's nothing about this that looks good. The helmet looks.
It looks like college.
So let's look at this. Here's the uniform. If American Airlines had a football team, this is what the uniform would look like. The charge helmet, bringing the charging buffalo to life. It's actually a bison. So that is actually incorrect. They already have this. A buffalo and a bison are two different things. You might want to check your facts on.
So get your facts straight.
Get your facts straight on your animals, because it's not a buffalo, it's a bison. So charging buffalo to life with a horn, eye, and charge streak displayed on a blue shell with a micro metallic flake finish and metallic blue accents. You know what they should have done? Have you seen that guy that old man that got knocked into the air by the bison?
Yes.
Maybe they should put on top of the helmet that old guy on the top and figure out if that could be part of the uniform, because that's the only way that's going to make this better. Let's see. The gray uniforms aren't bad. It's the helmet. I think the gray uniforms look so boring.
I
don't see it.
It looks like a spring league uniform. I don't mind gray in general. I think the Vols wear gray really well. Only certain teams can do it. The Bills, nothing about them says gray is good.
It just does, you want colors that pop. I could see making this white. Making the uniform white, or maybe an all red uniform, kind of like Color Rush. Like a similar Color Rush style of uniform.
They used to have an all red uniform for Color Rush, actually.
I just don't understand why they figured gray would be a fascinating option to go with to capture people's eyes and attention. Position close to the heart, the charging buffalo placement represents, again, buffalo. Love we have for our team and the pride so many Bills legends have shown. Aww. How sweet.
That's they're trying everything they can to justify this. They can't come up with much.
This is red, white. It's not a good version of the red, white, and blue. I did not. I did not. So sorry, Buffalo. You missed the mark on these. So this is what the Bills decided to unleash this past week. Not digging it. So I mean, that's kind of some of the big. This is one of the bigger things that came out that caught people's attention in maybe a not so positive way, but Buffalo Bills fans enjoy. I did see in their stadium that they have a massive table that's breaking as a part of their their concourse, which I think was an absolute. I think that was an absolute win. Let me see if I could Google that. So Bills, what is it? The stadium table. So they have only in Buffalo this table that let me see if I could open this up. So this table right here is in the concourse where it is breaking. And I think this is an incredible call out to the Bills fans, Bills Mafia. That's cool. So when you're walking through the concourse, you can see this massive just table going over the concourse in some of the different spots. I think this is just one spot there, but the Bills, you didn't fail on that one. That was a good solid choice there. If you want to be proud of something. So, congrats.
You're going to be proud of something. Not your team, though.
Not your team for unveiling those uniforms. And maybe, I don't know, not this season. We'll see. The odds. I was going to talk about the odds here because, I mean, that's a pretty simple thing to jump into when it comes to some of the different odds and burning questions of what we want to talk about for this NFL season. I want to talk about some burning questions because Fox Sports revealed their list of the burning questions across the NFL as training camp opens. So let's go ahead. Let's take a look at that. And let's kind of evaluate some of these questions and see what stands out to you guys as some questions. So published yesterday by Henry McKenna of the Fox Sports world. Jumping in, number one burning question: will Aaron Donald return to the Rams to join ranks with Myles Garrett?
Every day feels like we're getting closer and closer to him coming back.
I mean,
I think towards yes.
I think when there's smoke, there's fire here, and the fact that there hasn't been a answer from Myles Garrett, or there hasn't, the fact that we haven't heard anything, and he hasn't been like, nope, I'm not doing this. Nope, I'm retired. Nope, I'm content with my decision. Nope, I'm happy with my decision, or where I'm at. The fact that he hasn't said anything among all these rumors tells me that this is probably something that is going to happen. And even, let's just say Aaron Donald comes back and he's not in great shape, he's still better than 99% of the league, probably.
Yeah, Aaron Donald at half strength is still scary.
even him coming back at 50% of what he was when he was playing at his prime, I still think is better than at least 85%, 90% of the NFL. So Aaron Donald, I mean, that would be kind of crazy to think that Aaron Donald could come in and elevate a team that we already feel really good about. FanDuel Sportsbook, according to FanDuel Sportsbook, the Rams odds, as far as the current Super Bowl contending odds going into this season, has them set at the favorite. They are the favorite currently. So I think this has to have, by the way, they're favored by a long shot. It's not even close. The Los Angeles Rams are plus 550 to win the Super Bowl next year. The Bills, as a second, the second runner-up in Super Bowl odds, are 10 to 1. So we got 5 to 1, 5.5 to 1, and then jumps down to 10 to 1 for the Buffalo
I still
Bills.
wouldn't take either of them.
And then you got 12 to 1 for the Seahawks and the Ravens. Ravens, you're throwing away money. We all know that.
Yeah.
The Chiefs 15 to 1, Chargers 16 to 1, Patriots 17, San Francisco 17, Detroit 18, Cincinnati 19, and the number 1 seed in the AFC last year, Broncos 19 to 1 along with Philadelphia. Ooh, interesting. So, anyways, but that going back to the Los Angeles Rams, they are by and large the favorite, and I believe this number has the Aaron Donald news baked into it. Like he is coming back. That's the only reason why they're as big of favorites. And like, you're like, how much could Aaron Donald account for in changing these odds? I mean, enough to push them from like 6.5 to 1 to 5.5 to 1. I would say he's a one-man wrecking crew.
That makes sense.
He's one of the best NFL defensive players we've seen in our lifetime. So yeah, that's worth a little bit of worth a little bit there, I would say. So anyways, that's one of the big burning questions coming into the NFL. Number 1 on the list here, according to Fox Sports. Obviously, Puka Nacua, Devontae Adams, receivers, 1A, 1B, Kyron Williams. I mean, they have a lot of pieces there in LA to go hand in hand with some of these. I mean, Stafford, obviously, you can't not talk about Stafford being one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. So shout out to them. They're going to be a force in that division for sure. All right, number 2. How will the Seattle Seahawks plug the holes of their key departures? Seattle Seahawks, obviously Super Bowl defending champions, have some players they lost in free agency.
I'm not sure that's that big of a deal. Like they did draft a running back in the first round to replace Walker. They got Jadarian Price at pick 32 out of Notre Dame.
Yep.
I mean, actually, the bigger loss is the O coordinator Clint Kubiak.
I would agree, and then also Reek Woolen, safety Kobe Bryant on the back end of their defense.
That is funny as hell.
Yeah, they have that listed here, but yeah, I think it's hard to repeat. Once you win a Super Bowl, you kind of have that Super Bowl slump the next year. I just don't think that Seattle. I think people aren't going to be surprised by them anymore. When it comes to them, yeah.
Cardinals just got a walk-off win, 3-2 in 10 innings.
Cardinals beat the Cubs tonight.
Yep.
Walk-off fashion.
Yep.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Walk-off 2-run double from Ivan Herrera to end it. Cardinals finally break a long skid of losing.
Sometimes I forget baseball even is going on.
That's easy when you're a Rockies fan.
The Rockies, I mean, they're just silent killer, just waiting for their time to strike.
Silent killer.
Yeah.
As in silently killing themselves.
They are just waiting for their ideal moment. All right, so Seahawks, yeah. I don't have
that's a burning question.
I don't have high expectations for the Seahawks this year. I don't think anyone really. You know what's weird? Is like, congrats to Seahawks, shout out, but like, do we really feel like they're still like in your heart of hearts, like the top echelon of like the elite teams in the NFL at the moment? I don't know. I feel like they're up there. They're in one of the higher tiers, but are they the best of the best in that group, in that tier with some of these others?
No, but
I don't
like they'll definitely make the playoffs, and they might make another deep run.
Yeah, I mean they're in the playoffs.
They're not really seen as big Super Bowl contenders.
When it comes to I mean, I talk about contender rankings when it comes to NBA, and maybe I can translate that to here. I think like the Seahawks are in that like second tier of like contender rankings where they're like, yeah, they have a chance to make it, but like I don't have them as like bona fide Super Bowl like a Super Bowl champion for this year, as much as maybe some other people do. Silent but deadly. Let's see. Burning question number 3. How will these top tier receivers get along with their new quarterbacks? AJ Brown is a Patriot alongside Drake May, Jalen Waddle with Bo Nix, Mike Evans with Brock Purdy, DJ Moore alongside Josh Allen, and Wan'Dale Robinson with Cam Ward.
Just try to slide Wan'Dale in there like he's that good.
Like, yeah, just throw Wan'Dale in there. And then, and Cam Ward, I get Cam Ward's a nice young, quarterback. And I think Cam Ward's going to be good in the NFL. I do.
He's got some promise.
Yeah,
he doesn't.
If I'm buying stock on young players that maybe don't have a ton, like everyone's buying in on, all these young quarterbacks in the NFL, the Jackson Darts, everyone's kind of jumping on the bandwagon. He's got some hype around him. He got Caleb, Jaden. You have you have some guys who are. You could even throw. I think Bo Nix maybe isn't getting as much love, but people talk about him. Drake May's getting all the hype, right? But I think Cam Ward, if you're buying low on a stock for a young quarterback, the fact that he's a Titan is the only reason why he's maybe not getting the love that some of these other guys are getting, because the Titans have just been a dog shit franchise for so long. But he's working with absolute.
To quote Cam Ward, if we keeping it a buck, we ass.
Yeah, exactly. So they ass. But let's get to the question here. How are these top tier receivers get along with their new quarterbacks? I think, I've seen some Jalen Waddle, highlights from camp earlier this afternoon. It was just like a couple passes, but Jalen Waddle, I think, is going to get along great with Bo Nix. Bo Nix has another option to throw around. I feel like that's going to be a nice addition. Bo Nix isn't afraid to throw it downfield, and Jalen Waddle just gives him a little bit more firepower to do that. I think it's a great fit there. Mike Evans, I just don't know. We talk about injuries with Mike Evans, and they finally caught up with him last year. Now, in San Francisco, can he dodge the electrical plant right around the corner?
The substation.
Who knows?
Shanahan can't.
No, Shanahan can't. But Mike Evans needs to, because he's 100 years old. He's a man, right?
I'm a man. I'm 40.
He is. He's like 40. So you got to watch out for Mike Evans. I think injuries are going to catch up with the 49ers in general, as they always do.
Again.
Always. 49ers are just a cursed team when it comes to injuries. So Mike Evans just joins the worst team with that being the case. So maybe I'm a little lower on Mike Evans. I think he can have a decent year, but he's old, man. He's old. AJ Brown, Patriot alongside Drake May. Interesting. AJ, can he? It seems like he's going to be happy to be in New England. So
he and Vrabel got along in Tennessee.
Yeah.
At the same time, AJ Brown is the best receiver the Patriots have had since Edelman. The question is if he can keep his ego in check. Yeah.
So we have I have some optimism that AJ Brown's will fit with Drake May. I think that'll be a good fit. And the Patriots are kind of a young, scrappy team where I think they can, have some fun, winning some games and doing similar things that they did last year. Just maybe elevate it a little bit offensively.
Low key, AJ Brown's the best outside receiver they've had since Moss. That's not that much of a praise though, because Patriots are historically bad at developing receivers.
Yeah, they just kind of go out and snatch them from other teams.
Yeah.
So AJ Brown, no different. I think he'll fit in. He'll be fine. DJ Moore is a Buffalo Bill with Josh Allen. I think DJ Moore and Josh Allen. Josh Allen would be like. I think he's gonna have a blast working with DJ Moore. Anytime you could give Josh Allen some weapons, like over the last 2 or 3 years, handful of years, I feel like you're always wondering if Josh Allen can ever get like a true bona fide superstar wide receiver. And I'm not saying that DJ Moore is, But he's a quality wide receiver in the NFL.
The closest thing they've had to a wide receiver one since Diggs ran himself out of town.
Agreed. And so
when Khalil Shakir's your number one, you got problems.
Khalil Shakir and who's the dude that doesn't wear shoes? What's his name?
He's a Patriot.
Yeah, I know, but like he was
Matt
there.
Collins.
Yeah, like you have guys like that are who Josh Allen is throwing the football to, and you're like, wait, what? Why can't we get a legit dude to go along with our good running game here? And
that one guy that Brandon Pagula threw under the bus.
yeah, dude. Keon Coleman. Like, none of these are like household names from a wide receiver standpoint. So I think DJ Moore is going to be definitely have a good relationship with Josh Allen. And yeah, Cam Ward, Wan'Dale Robinson, it's fine. No one really cares.
But at least, Moore's not a diva at all, so Allen should be happy with him on the team.
Who booms, who busts is the question. I think of this, the boomer bust, I think Mike Evans as a 49er is the biggest bust on this board.
I'd say the opposite. As long as he stays healthy, he's going to be a boom. Obviously, if is a question. If he does, that's to be determined. But when he's on the field, he will be a boom.
Agreed. If he's healthy, I am gambling that he's not going to be healthy. So I think it's going to end up being a bust. But that's the biggest like ceiling floor discrepancy of any one of these on this entire list.
DJ Moore's a boom.
I think Jalen Waddle could be a boom.
Yeah.
And AJ Brown, I would lean towards bust only if he gets his head in a crazy spot. But it's going to take, I don't know if that's year one, though. I think it's going to be more of a year two thing.
I'd also lean towards bust because I don't trust that O-line to protect Drake May.
Agreed. I think I would lean of AJ Brown as a Patriot. That would be more bust than boom for me.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's see. Next up, might Eagles GM Howie Roseman have done it again? In regards to what? Partly getting a steal on Jalen Carter, and the Eagles agree to a contract extension, making him the highest.
I wouldn't call that a steal.
The highest, was it edge? Highest defensive lineman?
Jalen Carter's he's a nose, or not a nose because he's 4'3", but he's interior. He's a D tackle.
Highest defensive lineman paid in NFL history, I believe. Is that am I making that up?
He is the highest paid by like $3 million, but like I don't think that's a storyline here. I think we can move on. That's someone just grasping for straws.
So Eagles extend defensive lineman Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter. They retain Dallas Goedert. They Jalen Phillips walking free agency.
That's really nothing story, to be honest.
I do think that the Eagles are at like I was saying with Cam Ward when it comes to buying low. I will say the Eagles all the way down at 19-1 to win the Super Bowl feels a little. I mean, they have a solid team. I mean, you question some of the coaching, obviously. I mean, they need to have a good year. Otherwise, I think their coach, Nick Sirianni, is probably in a bad spot.
Eagles fire coach is quick. So, like, Sirianni's definitely on the hot seat. But the fact that he is on the hot seat, that might help provide a little boost for the Eagles.
I think the Philadelphia Eagles and Denver Broncos both, I mean, I'm looking at them on FanDuel Sportsbook at both 19-1, tied for 19-1 to win the Super Bowl. Feels a little bit low for both of those teams. I mean, I would say the Eagles, I would give them a better shot than some of the other teams that maybe are ahead of them. Cincinnati Bengals are tied with the Broncos and the Philadelphia Eagles in Super Bowl odds. That make sense. I don't understand that whatsoever. And whoever's betting on Cincinnati at 19-1, sorry, you're throwing away and burning your money. Same thing with the Baltimore Ravens at 12-1. like I said. Anyways,
Most of those early odds, you're burning your money.
but yeah, Eagles I think are being slept on a little bit. To the they're again. I think the Eagles. Do they have some questions? Sure, but are they this low on the totem pole? I don't think so. I think people are sleeping on them a little bit based off of how low their people's opinions are of the Eagles. Anyways, let's move on. Kansas City, the burning question here, number 5. How much can Kenneth Walker change the complexion of a team? And Scotty probably would love to be here to talk through this one. But this is the best running back that the Chiefs have had. That you're like, okay, maybe there's a chance that this could turn the tides here a little bit. This is the most optimism that the Chiefs have had when it comes to anything in that backfield. So I would say I think they could change the complexion of this team when you have a decent running game. Now, I will say the Chiefs do have other holes and other things that they need to get fixed. By the way, there was that crazy news with Eric Bieniemy and his family.
Hey, medic.
Let's see. Saying he's in the hot seat shows me you listen to too much radio and national people. He's not on the hot seat unless they just blow up. I mean, they got to have a good season this year, Philly, right? I mean, they do have to have you got to admit, if they have a rough season with him this season, you can't not look at him and be like, all right, we got to maybe evaluate this a little bit.
Again, it's not that. It's also the fact that the Eagles fired Doug Peterson 2 seasons after winning the Super Bowl. Sirianni was also on the hot seat the year after they lost the Super Bowl because of that collapse. So this isn't for most coaches, yeah, you'd be safe, but for the Eagles and Nick Sirianni, this is something that's not new. Having a coach on the hot seat this early.
Well, and there's a lot of impatience with Philly. Philly's been obviously very successful as of late, right? By the way, Philly, congrats on getting LeBron James. Congrats. Yeah. You have the king joining your city. So congratulations there. Yeah, I think Philadelphia is a particular city that I think is a little bit probably less lenient if you don't produce. Now, again, I think that can be the case for multiple coaches around the NFL, like you mentioned, but there's a level of depth to some of that as well that you have to account for. Sure, there's established coaches that maybe if they have an absolute dog shit season compared to what the expectations are, let's say, I don't know. You have to look back. What are some teams last year that, hey,
all right,
welcome in, rookie. What's going on? How we doing? Who's your team and where you're from? I'd like to get to know you a little bit. Unless the Eagles totally implode. 5 straight playoffs, 2 Super Bowls, 2 straight NFC titles.
I agree. Hurts is definitely on the hot seat as well, but
true. Yeah, I would say that too.
Also for the Chiefs thing here, biggest thing, I think Mahomes said it earlier this week. He admitted that he ran too much, and he doesn't want to run nearly as much as he did, which means they're going to be relying a lot on Kenneth Walker to get things going. They're probably going to be handing the ball off 20, 25 times a game to keep Mahomes healthy for the whole season. They will need him to change the complexion of the team.
Reigning Super Bowl champion or Super Bowl MVP for the Seahawks coming over to the Kansas City Chiefs. I do think that it gives them a layer. I think Andy Reid can get more creative with how he wants to run the ball in some of that the offensive schemes that they're going to be putting together for Kenneth Walker. So that'll open up a little bit more of the passing game. And I think people are sleeping on the Chiefs a little bit too. Everyone's kind of, I know. I think people are sleeping on, Eagles, people are sleeping on, the Chiefs are people are sleeping on, the Broncos. I feel like a lot of the teams that we talk about regularly here on this channel aren't exactly at the top of people's list to talk about. And I'm kind of like, okay, all right, let's see how the things end up panning out. Because I think some of these teams are gonna, I would say, surprise people, but that's not the case here. From Huntington Beach, California, and my team is the LA Rams, the favorites to win the Super Bowl this year. Are you excited, rookie, about the chances of your boys? What are you hearing about the first burning question that we had? Aaron Donald coming back. I think LeBron made a mistake going to Philly. Maybe it's just me, but I don't think that mix is going to work unless I guess we'll see. What do you guys think? So for me, the LeBron thing, I think it's one of two things. I think there's some volatility. I think they're gonna be probably a top 5 team in the East. I mean, it's easy to be a top 4 to 5 team in the East. I think that's a complete realm of possibility for them to be really good. My vision of what I see the Philadelphia 76ers being next year is you're going to have some nights where everything's going to look good and everything's going to click. And then you're going to have some nights where everything's just not going to look good. And it's going to look like an absolute disaster. And I think, you're going to have the ups and downs. I think they have a higher ceiling, but a far lower floor than some of the other Eastern teams in the Eastern Conference. Like, some of these other teams I feel like have a little bit more of a like a high ceiling, or just a high floor, I should say. I mean, you have the Knicks, you know what you're getting. You have established, solid NBA talent that's going to be, very familiar with getting to an NBA Finals and knowing how to win. I just don't know. There's just going to be a lot of volatility with what you're going to see from the Philadelphia 76ers, not only from game to game, but from the course of the NBA season. So
everyone compares LeBron to MJ, Michael Jordan. I feel like LeBron in Philly is going to be more like Michael Jordan on the Wizards.
Yeah, I mean, LeBron is still good. Like, there's a reason why I was like, if he comes to Denver on a $4 million deal, I'm jumping all over it, because he's still, to what we were saying with Aaron Donald, even given the fact that his age is way up there, he's still better than like 80% of the NBA. Like, let's just be real. Let's see. I think if Philly was the low-hanging fruit, so to speak, when LeBron went to Miami, it looked good on paper, and then it was a flop the first couple of seasons. And it's going to be, I think it's going to be not completely. It's going to take some time for that team to mesh. You have a lot of players on that starting lineup. It looks good on paper, but at the same time, it's also like, how are you going to share that ball? I mean, there's a lot of usage rate on that starting 5 that are going to want the ball and have to change how they have been playing basketball up until this point. Is Embiid going to be healthy? Are these young players going to take a back seat on some plays? Who's going to take that last shot? Is Brown going to be an MVP caliber player, and is he going to be the leader of that team? A lot of questions, and I think they have to figure those things out, which is why I think there's some volatility there. If Stafford's gimpy back can last, chances are good. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a scare last year. Haven't heard much about this year, which is a good thing.
I'm afraid of Philly media in mid-November when the team is 500. Most fans will think they should be undefeated. I feel the team will start slow and running off win after win once 2027 hits. Give them time to gel. Yeah, they do have to gel. LBJ has some trashed up toes. He does. Have you seen the pictures of his toes? They're not. Go Google it.
No,
I'll let you guys.
I don't know if I want to.
Just if you have some extra time and you want a little bit of something to wake you up, go take a look at something terrifying like LeBron James's feet. If you're into that, there's no comparison when you try to compare LJ to MJ. It's not even close. Nope, you're right. And I agree. I mean, there's just a different level to it. A lot of the young guns out there always gravitate more towards LeBron as their GOAT. You just can't win some of those arguments. You'll never ever win an argument with some of those guys. But I just think if there's just the eyeball test by itself with MJ. Like, I watched MJ. Michael Jordan was a killer. I mean, similar to Kobe. Kobe got it from MJ. Like, LeBron, Michael, when it comes to it, like, just what they did from a game-to-game basis on how Michael could just kill you in so many ways. And LeBron, I mean, the longevity is there, so you have the athleticism, the longevity. We've never seen anyone like him, so you got to give him those flowers, right? But it's hard to compare. MJ is even better at gambling. Yeah, that's true too. He cashes in, man. Cashes in. LeBron might be a leadership role at Philly, but I think he knows this will be his last. Oh yeah, this is for sure his last contract. He's not
high black market.
Yeah, he's not going nowhere. LeBron is going to pass a lot. Edgecombe will be all defense. LeBron mentioned he doesn't want to be the focal point, so he says that now. I also think it's like interesting that he's going to be flying in and out. Like, you say it's all about team and it's all about, like, you know, all these details of how you want to be connected to your team and have fun in this last couple years of your career, if it is a couple years. Yet you're living in New York, flying in via helicopter potentially to Philadelphia because you don't want to be in Philadelphia. Like, make that make sense.
It's a trap.
Yeah, Philly's a trap, it seems like. Yeah, no one ever lost sleep worrying about having to play LeBron the next day. Don't forget about Ben Simmons. Oh, Ben Simmons. Yeah, there's always Ben Simmons.
I keep forgetting he exists.
MJ, Kobe, LeBron, Anthony Edwards is next. I love Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards, I love him as a player. I hate playing against him, but he's my kind of guy. Anyways, we already talked about this question for the NFL. Can 49er stars stay healthy? No. The answer, we already know that. No. We already know that. Will the Steelers mismatch of offensive brain power and talent make sense? Nope. Just plug in Mike McCarthy's picture and you have all the answers you need. No.
Yeah. Yeah, like, I'm really excited about the defense too. Like, I really like what this defense can do with Patrick Graham as the D coordinator. Yes, I am getting excited by a Steelers coach. Don't be too surprised. I get really excited, but then Mike McCarthy and Aaron Rodgers are still leading the way. I wrote an article earlier today about how there's already issues that popped up in 2025 coming back now.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I think the Steelers are going to be... I think the Steelers...
We're going 9-8, 10-7.
No, I think you're under 500 this year, buddy. I think you're under...
I think we're going to go 9-8 just because, again, that defense... Like, I've got really high hopes for the defense. I mean, I'd like to be under 500, get a better pick. Or alternatively, we're decent and then we sign Baker Mayfield next year.
I would take Baker. I would take Baker if I had a chance.
Yeah, I mean, Baker and Matt Jones would probably be our best options.
I mean, I think if any team has a chance to get Baker, if they don't have a good quarterback now, jump on it. Take that opportunity.
Yeah. So breaking news from earlier in the week, Baker Mayfield has officially shut down negotiations for an extension. So they're no longer negotiating. Maybe they come back up after the season, but for now, it looks more likely than not that he will be a free agent.
Who's going to get him? Who's going to take him?
Hopefully Pittsburgh does. I'd be really excited about Baker in Pittsburgh.
We'll close out the show with this one.
Real quick.
Yeah, we'll close out the show with this one. We'll spend a little time here and then we'll wrap things up. Again, this is a quick show tonight. But let's talk about a little NBA while we're here. So now that we have kind of everything shifted out with the LeBron James news, we have some updated odds. These are as of a couple days ago for the NBA odds to win the title for next season. Now, this is going to be, let's see, let me pull this out a little bit. Yeah, this will be what we're looking at for next season. Let me zoom in a little bit so you get a better look at that. And then let me get to the chat here. How do the Nuggets fans feel about Sam Presti getting all cutthroat with that Spencer Jones move? I mean, he liked Spencer Jones. Like, let's not. I mean, I wouldn't say Sam Presti did this just to figure out like if he can get the Nuggets to, shoot themselves in the foot and be in this area of having a match and then going into the second apron and laughing as he walks away. I mean, Spencer Jones showed a lot of talent last year in filling in for a lot of injured players. And I feel like, when it came down to it, would they be happy to have Spencer Jones in Oklahoma City? I think they would. So if it paid off, great. If it didn't, it's fine. I think the Nuggets, I guess my curiosity of Spencer Jones, I was maybe on the more of the fence of why are we making a move on Spencer Jones when we kind of addressed some of this in the NBA draft, and then also, we have players that we like that. I mean, if they're healthy, if our players are healthy, the Christian Browns and the Peyton Watsons and if everyone ends up being healthy, if Watson comes back, obviously, is Spencer Jones really filling a lot of those minutes? I mean, maybe he is during the regular season to just give guys some rest here and there, but ideally you're not leaning on a Spencer Jones in a perfect world. And that's why I was like, we have the ability with what we drafted this year, with Brazil and the other kid that kind of fill that athleticism, the defense, they could fill in for those minutes maybe that you might need them for. You have a lot of different options. So I was kind of like, just let Spencer Jones go. It's fine. But I was in the minority in my opinion. Am I happy that he's back? Sure. It's fine. But it does change the perspective of how sign and trade works with the NBA, especially when you're in the second apron like the Nuggets are. They're the only team in there. Peyton Watson is going to have to be a sign and trade, or he's going to have to play on a deal where it's going to end up resulting in him being a unrestricted free agent next summer. So there's that. So there's going to be a lot of different moving parts. I think we got about a couple weeks at least. I think the Nuggets are still trying to make a move and make a change with a couple of contracts to get under the second apron. And we'll see what happens in the next couple of weeks. But they have about a month to figure out what they want to do, finalizing with Peyton Watson. And the reports are that he wants to get as much or more than his teammate Christian Brown, which that's kind of getting a little dicey with team dynamics. I don't love that. I think it was a win for OKC. They wanted him, but they're not getting him, and penalizing Denver. I get it, but it's like Denver, would they have tried to bring him back anyway and tried to they probably were. I don't know. I feel like I think some of this stuff is a little bit like Sam Presti. He did that trade with the Hawks to try to, people are saying, oh, he did that playing chess when people are playing checkers because he screwed the Spurs, and then that with the draft picks that they're this and that. I'm just like, okay, is Sam Presti just this evil genius that just is playing chess with other people's teams as opposed to concentrating on how he wants to build his own team. He's just like sabotaging other teams with all his intellect. I don't think that's the case either. Is he doing it in the best interest of the Oklahoma City Thunder, and it just happens to pay off for him because it's kind of impacting other dominoes around the NBA? Sure. I feel like it's just people are overblowing it a little bit with, oh, Sam Presti's just this mastermind and just evil genius. Now, it just happens to be that the moves he's trying to make Oklahoma City better are hurting other teams because they have the resources and they have there are things that they want to accomplish. There are GMs that are close to being evil genius than others. Sam Presti is generally higher up. Yeah, I would say if you're talking about the GMs that are kind of up there, I would agree with that. So we got these odds here. Spurs favorites here on this list, rightfully so. Well, they're co-favorites, which I would actually put the Spurs above the Thunder, just based off of the fact that, you know what that really reminds me of? The Spurs-Thunder rivalry reminds me a lot of the Nuggets-Wolves rivalry in the sense that the Spurs are kind of built to beat the Thunder, and I just don't think the Thunder have what it takes when it comes to the Spurs getting more expertise and experience in the playoffs and understanding what it takes to win, and then knowing that they could beat the Thunder, the mind games that come with that, and just the fact that they match up well with the Thunder. The Spurs should be favorites over the Thunder. That should be a fact. I think the Spurs are the better team. Now, are the Spurs better than some other teams? I mean, the Spurs kind of didn't play as well against teams like Denver or a couple other teams, but still, I just think the Spurs, they just know they can beat the Thunder. And the Thunder, they got to stay healthy next year. I think they will, but I just don't know if they have quite the firepower to go head to head with the Spurs. Sixers in there. I don't agree that the Sixers and Knicks should be co-second favorites, tied at with the Sixers and the Knicks in the same bracket. I think the Knicks have earned the right to being up there above the 76ers, regardless of what the Sixers did with LeBron James. I don't think LeBron James necessarily puts the Sixers ahead of the Knicks in this conversation. The Knicks have a really good team. They have a good coach. They know what it takes to win. They won last year. And they just have that championship mentality. Do I think the Knicks will win the championship this year? I don't think so. Because we haven't, over the last 8 years, haven't seen a repeat champion. It's all been new. So I do think the Knicks maybe kind of fall down back to earth, but do they fall in line with the 76ers, who I think are going to have a very up and down season? I don't think so. I think the Knicks floor in what they can achieve is higher, is a lot higher. The Sixers have a higher ceiling. I think the Sixers have one of the highest ceilings in the NBA. I just don't know if they can consistently hit that ceiling. So that's just my thing with the Sixers. Celtics 13-1, Pistons and Raptors and Wolves 25, and Cavaliers and Nuggets 25. So a log jam between 6 through 10. Don't sleep on the Raptors. I feel like the Raptors, no one ever gives a shit about the Raptors. Shout out to Brendan if Brendan was here, because I know he's a big Raptors guy. Dark horse team going into this season. Don't be shocked if the Raptors, I said this with the Pistons a couple years ago, and Chairman was like, wait, what? And then guess what happened? No one knows what's happening with Kawhi. Well, it's going to take a long time to figure out what's going on with Kawhi. But if Kawhi plays this season, which I I don't see any reason why he wouldn't, given the fact that all that stuff is going to get drawn out for a couple years. It seems like the Raptors, they're going to have a decent team that no one's going to really look at and be like they're a dangerous team. They can be a dangerous team. Their defense, what they did last year, they looked pretty good in some of the end of the season games that they had towards the very end. I wouldn't be shocked if the Raptors were a sneaky team to keep an eye on. Nuggets, obviously, in here, my team. They have some things to work on. They athleticism, youth isn't their strong point, and that seems to be what is needed at some level. If you're going to be injured, you better have a depth to have some athleticism and have some youth, and that hasn't been the strong point there. As much as I like my Wolves, I wouldn't feel great betting for or against them until I see the new roster on the court. Yeah, that's fair.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So Nuggets in here, as long as you have Nikola Jokic, you always have a chance to win something. Surround him with a healthy team at the end of the season. The Nuggets are a team, if you had the matchup in the playoffs, you wouldn't want to play them. They're one of those teams that you're just like, I don't want to play them early on because of what Nikola Jokic and that team can bring if they're healthy.
Unless you're the Timberwolves.
Unless you're the Timberwolves, which Timberwolves, I will say, Timberwolves got rid of all the pieces, I feel like, that really gave the Nuggets a lot of trouble. The Nuggets should thank the Timberwolves for making some of the off-season changes that they did, because there were some things that team was built to beat the Nuggets, and I think the changes that they made almost helps the Nuggets in closing that gap of, yeah, like we can actually match up well with you now.
So they're the opposite of Sam Presti.
Yeah, well, I don't think. I think maybe they're trying to get away. Maybe they don't see the Nuggets as top threats, and they're trying to compete with some of those higher up teams like the Spurs and the Thunder. Maybe that's the case. I don't know. But like, I just think the size that they had, especially with Randall, who, obviously Randall, you have Gobert, you have, they got rid of
Nas.
Alexander Walker, or Walker Alexander, whatever. And he was with, obviously a different team last year. But like, I just think, Nas. I think Nas was a big Nuggets killer. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not as scared as a Nuggets fan against the Wolves as I have been in the last couple of years. Randall and Nas, you say what you want about Randall, but he played the Nuggets tough. Nas, he played the Nuggets tough. And when you lose those guys and all you have is Jaden and kind of Rudy, I like AO too, but like, yeah, I think they got worse when it came to the size and the physicality that they had. You know what I want? Jokic with Spo as a coach. Imagine these two would bring out. Oh yeah, dude. I mean, like, if you wanted to come with a super pairing, can you imagine Coach Spo with Nikola Jokic and Golden State Warriors superstar Steph Curry all on the same roster? The way Curry moves around the floor and the way Jokic finds players that move around the floor. Look, I mean, that would be, and we all know Curry's not happy with what's unfolded in Golden State. Golden State, man, I don't know what they're doing. They are choking away the final years. I mean, people say people were like Denver's choking away Jokic's years, not to the extent of what we're still trying to figure some stuff out. Unlike the Golden State Warriors, who were absolutely just shitting the bed and trying to get Steph Curry help. There was a point where I think before the Draymond signing, they hadn't made a single move.
Oh my God.
They hadn't made a single move the entire offseason.
GM fell asleep at the wheel again.
Yes, it was like crickets. Lakers overrated, even where they are in these odds. Lakers, I mean, you have Luka. You have like I wouldn't put Luka in the same like category of carrying a team as like Jokic. Like when you have Jokic, you have a chance. When you have Steph, you have a chance. When you have, well, until you get to be 40, like Steph is. I'm exaggerating, but yeah, same thing.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
Yeah, basically. So
I'm a man. I'm 40.
Steph used to be able to carry that team, but now you can't. But the Lakers, I think, outside of Luka, I'm not super impressed with that roster. Pacers, I think, have a bounce back year this year. I think the Pacers are an underrated team. I mean, they were in the NBA Finals against the Oklahoma City Thunder. And then, obviously, the issues with injuries struck in the finals. They lost, whatchamacallit, the entire season. Their superstar, Halliburton, all season long. So, he's coming back. They have a decent roster that were recently in the NBA Finals. So, yeah, Pacers have a chance to do some under the radar runs in the East. Yeah, Hallie, Pascal, Zubac. I think that team could be very interesting. Hornets were fun to watch last year. We'll see if they can kind of take a step up. Knuppel for the Hornets, along with, I mean, they made some moves. They got rid of Ball, but I mean, Knuppel and Brandon, what's his name? Brandon,
Ingram?
no.
Ron Brandon.
Why am I blanking on his name? Brandon Miller. Dude, Brandon Miller is a baller too. I mean, they have some young superstars that are going to be fun to watch. There's a lot of really solid talent in some of these Eastern Conference teams that I think could be fun to watch. I mean, they were one of the more fun teams to watch at the end of the season last year. Otherwise, your Grizzlies down there at, getting some solid odds there. 1,000 to 1. There you go. Kings.
10,000 to 1.
Yeah, there's some teams that maybe you could buy low on. Mavs, Jazz, Pelicans. A lot of young teams. Some teams going to be selling at the trade deadline in the middle of the season, obviously, but yeah. So as far as the top 10 teams, there you go. Spurs, Thunder, Sixers, Knicks, Celtics, Pistons, Raptors, Wolves, Cavs, and Nuggets as of a couple days ago, according to Fox Sports, their betting app that they have.
So quick question on this. Like what do these odds tell you? Like you look at the NFL, number 1, LA Rams at plus 550. Number 1 and 2 don't even add up to 550. Number 2 in the NFL is 1,000, like plus 1,000. You've got 4 up here over or under 1,000.
It's great.
State of the league.
Yeah, state of the league.
A lot more top heavy in the NBA. A lot more parity expected in the NFL.
Yeah, and I think NBA from year to year, a lot can change. We know that very well. 8 straight different NBA Finals champions over the last 8 years. And it just keeps branching out. You just never know. I mean, I think the Spurs have a really good chance to win the NBA Finals this year. I mean, Wemby has that killer instinct that he's developing. I think he still has some stuff to work on, and he'll probably refine some of those skills and some of the things that he needs to work on that he struggled with in the NBA Finals. Like, there were some things that, like, just generating his own shot and just being consistent, making those, like, being the go-to guy at the end of games. I just feel like he needs to own that a lot more than he did, because he kind of disappeared in some of those late games scenarios last year. So I think Spurs will take a step up. Thunder will be better. Knicks, obviously, you can't sleep on them, but odds are they won't repeat. And Sixers are the ultimate wild card team, the ultimate Joker team that you just never know what's going to happen. But anyways, so there you go. Those are updated odds for the NBA. We'll get into more of my. I'm gonna tier these out. So we're gonna put together tiers. I could already give you a preview. I think Spurs, Thunder are in a tier. If I were to put them just in like eyeballing this, Spurs and Thunder are in a top tier. I think Knicks are kind of in a second tier by themselves. Then I think you go Sixers.
Pistons.
I think the Sixers. I want to say Celtics, but I just don't know if I feel the Celtics are quite there. I don't think the Pistons are. I think the Raptors have a potential to be in that tier, at the bottom end of that tier, but they could be. I'm high on the Raptors this year. I think the Nuggets.
You get throw a couple bucks on them.
The Nuggets will be in that tier 3 for me. I might put some little prop bets on the Raptors here and there. And then I think like you get into tier 4, you get into maybe the Wolves are in tier 3 as well, bottom end of tier 3. Then you get into the Cavs, the Pistons, the Celtics in tier 4, and then everything falls the rest of the field. So I think that's where I would set them. So there you go. That's a little preview of, those are my unofficial. Those are my writing those down with a piece of paper and a pencil on a napkin. Tiers, just right off just eyeballing it. So
just throwing that out there.
Yeah. So there you go. But anyways, all right. Well, we're gonna actually probably get out of here on that. We'll have more NFL news coming up this Sunday. We're going to do some rankings. We're going to do some lists that we're going to be reviewing, some power rankings that we're going to be reviewing, some top 100 player lists that we're going to be reviewing on Sunday. So we're going to get into all of those, especially when Scotty gets back, because I know we get spicy with some of those lists. So that'll be a lot of fun. And then as we get close to the NFL season, we're going to be breaking down training camps. We're going to be breaking down divisions. It's kind of hard now because training camp's just getting started. We don't know who's going to get injured. We don't, because there's going to be injuries. There's going to be some changes in the way some of these teams make it through training camp. So we'll keep you posted on all of that as well. But let me go ahead. I'm going to go find a raid option here. And we'll get you guys on to the rest of your week. And yeah, we'll be back here Sunday night.
Heavenly's on.
Heavenly's on. Always. Heavenly as always. Let's see.
Now let's see. Here's the real challenge. Can you raid to someone that's not going to immediately raid out?
Well, considering we're getting off so early tonight, I will say that there's a really good chance we should be able to catch someone before they get before they log off. We actually have some baseball streams. If you guys are into baseball, we have a watch party with the Yankees and White Sox.
That game just ended.
And then we
know the White Sox won in 12 innings, 6-5.
And then there's a gentleman, Hogdale 33, is watching Red Sox A's game.
I got money on the Red Sox. Gotta get them to come back here.
So let's go ahead. Let me check out Hogsdale. He's got a nice little group watching with him. So
and need him to pull through. I need the Red Sox to pull through.
And he's got a nice little group here. We're gonna send you over to Hogdale 33.
All right.
Watching Red Sox A's game 3. He's got about 85 people hanging out with him in there. So nice little community that he's built up. Let's go give him some love. Let him know the boys at Action Lab sent you. All right. Let's go ahead. I'll put the raid in and we'll get you out of here. Let's see what he's got here.
And the trade deadline's coming up, so even though we don't talk a lot baseball, we might be talking about some baseball trades on Sunday as well.
Yep, we could talk some baseball trades. I mean, you're going to probably have to carry me on that one. I haven't been keeping tabs on all the rumors and different things for the Major League Baseball side. I know the Rockies were in a bunch of rumors with some of their players because they're obviously going to be selling quite a bit at the deadline. So, I mean, I'd be curious to see what that looks like.
Yeah, earlier today, the Rangers traded for Angels catcher Logan O'Hoppe. It's exactly what they gave up for him.
Oh, Rick, can you put it in our Discord for anyone who... I know Rookie joined us. Put our Discord out there for anyone who wants to join us in our Discord. We're always talking sports in our Discord whenever we're not live, but we'll be live this Sunday night. All right, let's get you out of here. Let's get the credits rolling for you. And then let's get you to the Thursday night. Let me get this. Roll the credits. Thank you, Rookie, for the follow, by the way. Appreciate your love. As we are closing out, I just always want to appreciate all of you guys that you joined in. Scotty will be back Sunday as well, but we will see you back here this weekend. Between now and Sunday, go be a good person. Go live in the moment. We don't do that enough. Put the phone down. Enjoy the people and things around you. And go be a good person. And go give love to Hogdale, who's hanging out watching this Boston Athletics game here. Because the Athletics don't have a city attached to their name.
Yeah.
So
they're just the A's.
Boston, and you almost look at the score and it says like you're watching the Athens or like it just doesn't look correct when you're looking at that. But yeah, go be a good person, go live in the moment, and we will see you back here Sunday.
Bye, everybody. If the Rockies have any relievers, can we have them?
Fire sale. Everything must go.
But can anyone actually throw a baseball on your team?
No chance.
Asking for